Yo, what is going on, gang? Sean Murphy here. I've got a really cool thing that I want to share with you today. And this is actually, this is not from me. This little diagram that I have here on the screen is actually a study done in 1979 when this thing was first published. But it's called the emotional cycle of change. And so this is for something like if you ever caught in a vicious loop where you feel like you constantly starting over and over and over again with anything in life, and whether it's finances or maybe your fitness or maybe even getting in a cycle of toxic relationships or whatnot, this can be applied to pretty much anything in life, anything where you're trying to get from point A to point B, but you seem to always get stuck somewhere in the middle and are constantly repeating that point A. So I really want to dive into this because it's not always your fault. And I feel like if you have a thorough understanding of what this emotional cycle of change means, then you're going to be able to push past some of the pain barrier and the frustration barrier and then actually get to point B, get to your success. So what you'll see here right in front of you, there's pretty much 5 stages that you're going to walk through whenever you make a decision of changing anything in your life. Like, there's always the step 1 is the uninformed optimism. This is where we get psyched up. So we're going to use weight loss as an example here because it's kind of the focus of this group, right? But we have the uninformed optimism, like, yes, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to take charge of my life. I'm going to start eating better. Like, you're very optimistic. Like, I'm going to drop 20 pounds. I'm going to drop 30 pounds. I'm going to drop 100 pounds, whatever it is. You're just really stoked and you are fired up to get the results that you want. So, but you don't know what's going to, you don't know what it takes to get to those results. And that's where we get into stage 2. So first is the uninformed optimism, like, we're pumped up, we're ready to go. But then you start your journey and you start getting into it. And now you start getting the information of, whoa, this is going to be a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Like, this is going to be a little bit harder than I expected it to be. And that is stage 2. That is the informed pessimism. And so now you're second guessing yourself. Now you're thinking, like, can I really get through this? Can I really do this? Can I really lose the 100 pounds that I want to? Can I keep forward and keep going with that? So that's where we really get into the downward grid of this thing, and we hit the valley of despair. Now we're looking at ourselves and we're going, I don't know if I can make it. But really, when it comes to the valley of despair, you have one of 2 options. One, you either quit and then you go right back to the uninformed optimism, which I'm going to talk about in a second, or you push through the pain and move forward towards success. So here's where the decision really happens, guys, is when we get into the valley of despair. This is where a lot of people get trapped and stuck because they didn't realize, like, how much pain and how much sacrifice and maybe discipline or whatnot is going to take them to get to that success level. So what happens? What actually happens in the valley of despair is they start second guessing themselves. They start second guessing, well, I don't think I can really do this, or maybe this wasn't the right decision for me. And what happens is, honestly, is we go right back to stage 1 with a brand new shiny object. This is the shiny object syndrome. So let's say we're trying to lose weight. We're back on stage 1. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose 20, 30 pounds. And I'm going to do keto. Keto is the bright, shiny object that's right in front of me. A lot of my friends have been successful on it. I think I could do it too. I don't really need carbs in my life. So I'm going to jump on the keto bandwagon because I see so many people getting results with it. So that's what I'm going to do. Boom, you dive into it. And then the next thing you know, giving up carbs is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I gotta eat, I should be focused on healthier fatty foods rather than, all the bacon and cheese that I want to eat. Like, you start getting informed and now the pessimism starts attacking you. You're like, man, I don't know if really keto was the right decision for me. And then you get into that valley of despair where it's like, I'm getting that bloat now. And this isn't what I expect. This is what I wanted. Maybe keto maybe isn't for me. Like, this, I don't like this. And so what happens next? You see, well, carbohydrate cycling. Well, maybe that's what I should try. So now, instead of pushing on with the keto, which was the original decision you made, you go right back to that shiny object syndrome, like, I'll try carbohydrate cycling. But what happens is the cycle continues, because then you get into the informed pessimism. Well, carbohydrate cycling, like, there's a lot more planning here. Like, I should only eat carbs like on my training days. Like, there's high carbs, medium carbs, and zero carb days. And this is a lot more complicated. I have a very busy life. Like, I don't know if I can stick to this plan long term. Like, and we're right again in that valley of despair. And then, and then we start looking for more options. Where's the shiny object? What's the next thing I should do? Oh, well, maybe I'll just try intermittent fasting. And so we're right back to stage one once again. And this is the vicious cycle that people get in, is they're always chasing the next thing, the next shiny object, rather than embracing the suck and pushing forward to what will actually make them successful. Now, there are proper vehicles. I will admit that there are proper vehicles. Like, keto is not for everybody, but it's worked for a lot of people, right? And intermittent fasting is not for everybody, but it's worked for a lot of people. Carbohydrate cycling is not for everybody, but it's worked for a lot of people. Know your vehicle, but stick to it and hit the gas pedal when you got to make that ascend. Because when you're in the valley of despair, now we got to ascend. We have to push through the pain. We have to push through. We have to stay focused on where we want to go, right? Like, if we're just constantly looking up here, like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, it's not really working for me, and we start, seeking out other options. This is why people stay stuck in that vicious loop over and over and over again. But if you can make the decision and say, you know what, I'm going to push through, this is the vehicle I can use, I know I can do this, then what happens in stage 4 is you have that informed optimism. Now you have all the education. Like, okay, all right, I can see keto is my plan. Okay, so maybe it wasn't all the cheese and the bacon that I needed, but I can eat avocado. Like, I can eat the healthy fish. I can eat the healthier options. Now you're making that informed optimism. Now you can see yourself going, I can do this. Like, I can push past this. And then so stage 4 then gives you that hope, and it gives you that roadmap towards success. And then stage 5, boom, you're losing the weight, you're feeling great, and you made a decision and the fulfillment, if you will, to get from point A to point B. All right. I hope this serves you today. Let's get the conversation going in the comments below. Let me know what your vicious cycle is, what you need to break through, and what stage are you in right now? Are you in the uninformed optimism stage? Are you in the informed pessimism stage? And if so, what path are you on right now? Are you currently stuck in the valley of despair? Are you currently stuck in that vicious cycle? Or are you moving forward? Like, where are you at right now? Let's get the discussion started. And I'm here to help you guys out. All right. Peace, love, strength. I hope this serves somebody today. And we are going to